Hi, I'm John with Clam Outdoors, explaining some of our new products for this year. This is one of our new hub shelters. It's not a new hub shelter, but it has gotten quite a pretty significant upgrade to it. Both this and the Escape Ice Thermal received better insulation and fabric packages. So it used to be 2 layers of 300D with 60 grams per meter squared polyfill insulation on there. Now we've gone up to 2 layers of 450D polyester, so 900 combined denier, and 90 grams per meter squared, 50% more insulation than last year. So now you've got more insulation and much more durability. This is probably the best hub shelter on the market right now for durability and insulation. So along with keeping you toasty with that new insulation and the heavier duty fabric, we've got a floor that's available for this one as an accessory. It's completely removable, it's completely waterproof. It is flame retardant PVC, and I'm actually going to step inside to show this off a little bit. You've got 2 layers of an FRPVC with a cellular foam on the inside of it, and I'll go to the back here where there's a little light. Depending on the type of shelter that you get, as whether it's the refuge floor or the escape thermal floor, that'll dictate how many holes you have to fish out of. In the refuge thermal floor, you've got 4 predetermined flaps here for your hole location. Each one of these flaps is 24 inches by 12, so you can get at least 2 holes, if not 3 holes in here, depending on the size of the holes that you drill. A lot of guys will have, each fisherman will be set up with 2 holes and then maybe a transducer hole between them. Totally able to do that, plenty of real estate. The floor is actually installed, obviously. And there's a Velcro strip that runs the perimeter of the interior of the shelter here. And for finding your positioning, if you look back on the corner here, I don't know if you can see this with the camera, but there's actually a little toggle here in the corner. Can you see that? This little toggle, you'll find one on the bottom outside edge of each corner. There's a little hoop on the inside of the shelter, and you don't have to do, there's 1 in every corner, so there's 4 on this one. You don't have to install them all. It will hold it in position a little better, but it's totally not necessary. I put these here just so that you have a starting point and that it's going to hold your position while you work your way around the perimeter. So you put that in the loop and then push the Velcro up around the strip around the inside, and it's going to hold itself fine. Like I was saying, it's totally waterproof. It is flame retardant, meaning it's not going to ignite on its own, and it's going to take a serious amount of heat actually aimed and an actual heat source, flammable heat source held to it for it to ignite. So with that in mind, we say that you can run, and it's been tested with it, any type of buddy heater is completely fine, not going to be any problems whatsoever, won't dimple it, won't do anything. Even if it tips over from red hot, by the time it hits this fabric, nothing's going to happen to it. The thing that we recommend against is using sunflower heaters. If you use a sunflower heater that's mounted on the tank, so it's a foot or so off the floor, that's not a problem. But the ones that are portable units that you can also use as a cooktop that lay directly on here, while that won't start a fire, it is possible to melt a little bit of a hole in this. And you're going to want to protect your investment and not do that. So we just say we strongly encourage buddy heaters to be used. Getting back to the holes now, like I was saying, it's 24 by 12. There's a couple pull tabs on each one of these flaps, 1 on each corner, and then there's a piece of Velcro in the middle. And when you pull, that exposes the area that you can either drill or, now if you got the floor here, this whole house slides really easy on the ice. So what you could do is mark the holes, open up the flaps that you want to use, mark your holes with your auger, slide your house out of the way, drill your holes, then slide your house back on it. That way you can get all the slush, shavings, and all that stuff out of the way, and it's not going to be coming up your hole or on the floor that you're trying to keep dry. But that little strip of Velcro in here, I don't know if you're going to see this on the camera or not, but it actually mates up to a little piece of Velcro that's on the flap to hold that flap out of your way while you're fishing. It's secure. It's not going to bounce back down or do anything. And yeah, with that, that's pretty much it. Now you're going to have an insulated floor that's going to keep all the cold from being on a giant ice cube, basically, under the shelter. It's going to trap your heat in here a little better. It's going to reduce the condensation that much more so you won't have the puddling in here. less will evaporate and hit the ceiling and condense on that and drip on you. You now have basically a portable sleeper shelter where in this is 8x8 for a footprint. You can get 2 full-size cots in here, no problem whatsoever. Have a portable sleeper out on the big lakes or even the little lakes if you want. Same thing with the Escape Ice Thermal. That one being 6-sided, you got a 12-foot diameter. We've had 3 bunks in there with no problem whatsoever. And with the floor, same thing with the heavier duty insulation here now. You're running your heater half as much as you were running it before. If you used to run it on high to stay toasty, now you can run it on medium. It's just a much more warm and insulated environment to fish in. Much more comfortable, much more cozy. And just allows you to do so much more. You want to get the kids out, play around on the ice, no problem. You know, they're not getting soaked, they're not sitting in a puddle or whatever. One other warning to talk to. While I did test this thing using spikes, I worked Catulas. It didn't poke a hole in it, but if you're standing in a place and you're kind of dragging your feet around, it is possible that you can put holes in there. So that's another thing that I'm going to say is a deterrent. Definitely don't want to wear your micro spikes in here. Maybe tell people to leave them off, or you're not going to need them once the shelter's set up. Whatever. That's not going to be a warranty issue or something that we I don't want to say anything negative, but that's not something we're going to stand behind if somebody puts a hole in there because they're moonwalking in their ice spikes. So 50% more insulation, heavier duty fabric on the fish house, and then 2 layers of FRPVC on the floor with a cellular foam between it, and totally seal out the cold and ice and everything, and just keep yourself nice and comfortable in this package. Hi, I'm John with Clam Outdoors. Going to talk about some of the upgrades and facelifts that we've had with our products this year. Starting off, we'll do the traps. Looking at the traps this year, you guys are all familiar with the components and the features and a lot of the accessories that come with that. There hasn't been a whole lot of changes for that. What there was this year was an aesthetic upgrade, so you'll see that we've got some new skins here. Got a couple 1-mans and then 2 of the 2-mans. So the Kenai Pro Thermal and then Legend XL Thermal down on the end received an upgrade with the cosmetic facelift, as well as the Yukon X here and the Voyager Thermal X. Along with those facelifts, with the new skins, they did get a 50% more insulation this year. So instead of the 60 grams per meter squared, we're now at 90 grams per meter squared, which is going to essentially translate into a very toasty shack for you. So if you want to kind of touch on, how the shelters look really good and, they've got a catchy eye appeal and all that stuff, what you really want to hammer home is just how much insulation there is. And you can, along with that, not as much condensation, not as much fuel consumption when you're running your portable heater and stuff like that. You won't see as much of the frosting up on the inside as well either. Just going to make a nice little buffered environment for you to fish toasty in. Hi there, I'm John with Clam Outdoors, talking about some of our new products for this coming year. Some of the products are completely new, some have just been updated. A lot of the bags, in fact all the bags, got a cosmetic upgrade this year. You'll see the single rod locker, double-sided rod locker, gearbox, flasher bag. This is the new backpack that we did this year. Got the soft plastics folder, wallet, and then another organizer. It's got a little tackle box in there too. 600 denier polyester. They all got the new facelift with the gray with the blue strapping. For the rod bags, much more feature friendly now too. If you guys were familiar with these before, what you'll see now is not only do we have pockets on them, but we've got pockets in pockets. So a lot more storage options with these things. You'll see there's some mesh in that one. Over on this side, got some more mesh, another large pocket inside the pocket. And then on the back side of this, you got this other large compartment. You'll see there's even more bags in here. You got some clear pockets in here, a less elastic bag here. Endless possibilities for how much gear you can put in these things. Now you can get all your baits in there, all your tackle. The Velcro straps that hold your rods in place in here too have been redone, so they're much more secure. So that's both the single and double-sided. Both completely redone like that. They both have the same kind of storage pockets in the pockets this year, along with the same cosmetic upgrade. Flasher bag, not a whole lot changed with that other than just the looks of it. We wanted to keep that same with everything else, so it all blends together, one happy family. Gray with the blue background on it. It does still have the same, zipper open window so you can see your electronics through it if you want to keep it closed on a nasty day and stuff like that. And plenty of storage options, and still has the PVC molded bottom to it, so it's very, very rugged. It's just like a piece of luggage. You spend a lot of money on your electronics. Why wouldn't you spend a fair dollar on protecting that electronics? You store it in the sled. It's not getting bumped around. It's not getting beat up. Very, 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 very nice piece that helps protect your investment. This is completely new for this year. This is a backpack. Those guys that are hole hopping around, or especially, the guys, myself, I get out on my four-wheeler and I go from lake to lake. I want to be as mobile as possible. I don't have a bunch of bracketing and tubbing and stuff like that on my four-wheeler. I have an auger rack, but I wanted something I could get my electronics in, as well as a couple combos and all my tackle. This is it. Actually, even throw your sunglasses in here. So you got the sunglass holder on the outside. Everything is completely modular with this backpack, meaning you can take as much of it as you want or as little of it as you want. There is actually a zipper divider here between both pieces, the top and the bottom. In the bottom here, you'll notice that the side opens up. Inside that, it's 3 clear plastic trays. 4 clear plastic trays, I'm sorry. Get whatever kind of tackle you want in there for storage, pull those out, zip it back up, get at those. You got a bunch of zippered pockets here that'll hold whatever for jigs, your pliers, your tools. You got a series of loops here with the web strapping. Connect anything else you want on there with a carabiner. Very simple. Like I was saying, it's modular. You can remove this tackle box piece from the rest of the backpack. Say it gets bogged down, you got a bunch of tungsten in there, you got a bunch of tools, whatever else. You want to just lighten up the load, you want to just go with your electronics and your rod holders. No problem. Just unzip this piece. You don't have to bring the bottom with you. In the top part, you got even more pockets. Access everywhere. Get storage in storage there. Some mesh pockets. Possibilities are endless. Longer straps. You can get this over any parka. Plenty of room there. You got the stabilizer belt for the bottom as well, so things not going to be flapping on you when you're going down the trail or whatever. Same thing as our gear flash bag, molded PVC bottom, so you can put that down, very durable, not going to take a beating. In the top here, when you open this up, hopefully you can see down in there, you got some dividers, whatever you want to put in there. You want to put some reels in there, you want to put line, you want to put whatever. You can divide it up. There's also a zipper in here. So these dividers are Velcroed in. Use as many if you want, or none of them if you want. Open up this zippered flap in here. Now you've got one big, large containment area. That'll fit just about any electronics package you've got, from a Pro Pack to an Ultra Pack to whatever. It's going to drop right down in there, and you'll be able to protect it, have it with you, not going anywhere. It's not going to bounce off your machine and you don't know about it. It's all right there and secure. The rod bag, just like everything else, keeping with its modular design, comes off. There's 3 points on here that are buckled together that hold it secure on the pack. This is our rod tube that we've had for a while. It does have a thicker PVC tubing in here, so it's even more protective than what it was before. And then also, it's 32 inches long. We say that you can fit 2 to 3 combos in here, up to 32 inches long, with no problem whatsoever. So if you want to have your combos in here, have everything else ready to rock, throw this on your back, get on your machine, you're ready to go. Cool piece, $129.99. Something that we're really excited about. There you go. Hi, I'm John with Clam Outdoors. Just covered a bunch of our accessories. We're going to look at a couple more. XL spoon box. Now we've got 3 sizes of these deluxe spoon boxes, and these will protect your investment. There's cellular foam in there that's slotted. This particular one holds 104 different spoons, and because of its taller size and just bigger in general, Now you can fit those peg spoons that Clam offers. So a lot of the guys that are out for your bigger walleyes and your lake trout baits now have a box that'll protect your bigger spoons as well. That's the XL Deluxe Spoon Box. Along with another accessory, this here is, milk crate's been popular, the Clam crate. Popular for putting on your machine, throwing your propane in it, throwing whatever you got for electronics in there. A lot of guys like those crates, but they wanted one a little bit bigger. This one's basically 1.5 times the regular crate, so it's the Magnum crate. Pretty good size. You'll see how big that thing is. And strap this thing down, bolt it down to your machine, do whatever, but you're going to fit a lot more in there, and it'll be in there secure. Nice, hard, secure box to have your electronics in or whatever you want to put on your machine. Carry and go. Ready to rock. Hi there, John with Clam Outdoors, talking about accessories. New for this year, we've got our Extreme anchors and a new installation tool. So the other anchors that come with your hub shelters, they still come with your hub shelters. You're still going to have a full set of those when you get your shack. But for the guys that are taking their traps and hub shelters out on those really windy days, and you're not, you don't have the power tools with you to make it as easy as possible, the guys that are going out and hand cranking them in, these things bite a lot quicker. They do go in a lot more easy. You'll notice it right away. So you can get these in a 2-pack as an accessory. Along with these comes the installation tool. If you do want to bring a drill with and make it really easy on yourself, you zip these things in like 5 seconds a piece. But they've got a real good bite to it and then a good installation tool as well, new for this year.